Weekend number 4 of the '66 Mustang. We're about to pull off the panels that I have clamped on, drill all my holes for my plug welds on the quarter panel, see if we can get this welding done. Let's get busy. We're on the second day now of this weekend. Didn't do a lot of filming yesterday because the stuff that we did yesterday was pretty much a repeat of last time we came down, which was doing the quarter panel. However, we managed to get this done. Let me show you where we are right now. This quarter panel, for the most part, was a lot better as far as alignment goes than the other one. We didn't have to do the relief cuts down here that we had to do on the previous one. Door gaps are really good. It's in solid right now. This was really thin. This is where the previous owner butchered up this area here by incorrectly replacing a quarter panel. So we had a lot of work to do here. This is the rust area. We've already got a template cut out for the piece of metal that's going to go into that. But this is welded up solid. The area on the drop down underneath here is a little bit butchered up. What I'm going to do, as you know, I put a new panel over here and there's some excess that I have to cut off. I'm going to take that excess, run it along the bottom, butt weld that and make that up nice and solid. I may do that this trip, or I may take a while and do it the next trip. But this one's already welded up, good gaps everywhere. We've already fitted up the taillight panel, and it fits really nicely actually. Of course, none of these fit 100%, so we're going to have to do some hammering on it, but I know how to do that. I've done a couple of these before. But this quarter panel is in. All that is left is the taillight panel, this right here, and after I do the taillight panel, I will then reskin this door and then do the dash piece, and that should be it. So what this means is it means I'm going to be able to do as much as I can here, and then one more trip down we'll finish it up and I'll bring it back and drop off 32 for interior. Now I've already, as you just saw, drilled the holes for the plug welds on this. I'm going to come in the backside now and I'm going to deburr everything, grind away all of the paint, or strip away all the paint. That way I've got a good welding surface. I'll do it on the back of the car as well, and then it'll be a matter of clamping it up, bolting it down, welding it into place. You can see just the act of coming in there. Hello, buddy. Just the act of coming in here, you can see that these are now deburred. All I've got to do now is clean up the surfaces on that. I've got 2 holes to drill on the back of that, on the back of the car, and then clean up all the surfaces, clamp it back into place. This should be ready to weld. Alright, a progress update. The tail panel is welded solid, it fits, it's level, lines up good with the deck lid. That's done. These corner pieces we're working on now, and what we've had to do, they don't fit 100% as usual. We had to come in here and we had to cut here and cut that channel out because it will not fit into that. Hammer this down. Our plan is to plug weld here and then a couple of places here and here, and then hammer it and butt weld along the seam here. Same with this over here. We had to cut and hammer this channel here. We're going to plug weld there, there, and along here, using my clamps to pull it up tight, and then we'll butt weld once again. So now what I've got to do is I've got to pull those off, drill my holes for my plug welds, and then it's simply a matter of grinding it down, cleaning up the metal, because you do have to have clean metal in order to weld properly. So I will take care of that momentarily. Alright, progress update again. Once again, this is in. I've primed over the bare metal parts so they won't rust on me. Deck lid lines up perfectly, wonderful gaps. I also checked my quarter panel extensions, those are good. This is just a matter of cleaning up the plug welds and getting it primer and everything else. We also got this over here ready. This weld patch here is good. Finishing work there, some body work there. That will be good. Up next, pull the door off and reskin the door, and then replace that panel in the middle of the dash where the radio goes. I also had a little bit of an issue welding the bottom of this. I cut this piece off right here, which is the extension down here on this side, and I'm going to use it to weld up the bottom over there. That, the door skin, and the dash is all that remains. And I think I will do the door skin here in just a little bit, and I'll wait for the dash on the next trip down. The next trip down, we'll pick this thing up and bring it home. Alright, weekend number 4 is in the books. Let's recap what we've done this weekend. Started off pulling this off, prepping this, getting this quarter panel welded on solid, which it has done. We also got the taillight panel on. It is on solid, welded up, burned in good. Gaps on both sides are wonderful. Trunk shuts fine, no issues there. This rust hole that was right here, we've got it roughed in. Body work will take care of the rest of that. And of course I'll use the metal to metal filler in lieu of lead right there. Lastly, door skin is on. We've got reasonably good gaps all the way down. I can hammer that just a little bit to get it working. Got a little bit more of alignment to do on the door, but that's not a problem. We can do that. So the big gaping hole is gone now because the door skin is replaced. And again, good gaps all the way around. That's going to wind it up for this trip. On the next trip, which will be in 2 weeks from today, the last thing we've got to do is replace the center of where the radio mounts on the dash. I've already got the patch panel. It's just a matter of getting it done, and it will be complete. Of course, once I get the radio part done in the next trip, we load it up and bring it home, because when I come down I will be trailering down the 32 Ford, because this is where we get the interior done. We will get the interior done on that after I leave it, but the radio is the radio hull's the last thing we've got to do on this, and then all the sheet metal, the hard sheet metal work is done. Then I can take it back home and start body work, getting this thing prepped to paint. One other thing we did, I forgot to mention, of course, was we also got the corner pieces welded in place as well. Now, of course, all the plug welds are rough. I've got to grind those down, dress them up real good, but everything is basically done at this point. I had a box full of sheet metal, and now I have a car that is essentially, with the exception of the sail panels and the roof, brand new, and the trunk lid, brand new sheet metal all the way around. Of course, hit like and subscribe. More on this Mustang build is coming up. I appreciate you joining me. We will see you guys next time.